What's up, guys? We got another one here from Insolent Audits. Women are going broke, getting fired, and evicted as the economy declines. Let's get into it.
So, I'm a semi truck driver and I got fired yesterday for posting inappropriate content in my truck. I never said the company name, I never posted the company logo. I know there were a few people who reported me off of TikTok to my company. I guess they figured it out from my trailer. Obviously, I do OnlyFriends as an extra income, and doing it in the truck was very convenient for me. I love trucking, and that's how I put food on the table for my family. So to know that there are people so bothered by me and my videos that they would take food out of my family, out of children's mouths, is disgusting. On top of that, the company took my truck and left me stranded 1,000 miles from home. So here's a big F you to whoever decided to put a hold on mine and my family's life.
Well, first and foremost, the only person that had taken food out of your family's mouth was you. Okay, but we got this trucker here using her 18-wheeler as a mobile OF studio, and surprise, surprise, she gets canned. But she's shocked that her company didn't like her mixing cargo and content creation. I mean, come on. Here's a newsflash. You can't expect the boss to be cool with TikTok tattletales spilling the beans when your side hustle is making spicy content in company property. And when it's for family, I mean, look, I get it. Everyone needs a side hustle, but maybe try not mixing business with pleasure. Next time, try filming somewhere that's not your employer's property. And about getting left stranded 1,000 miles away, just another day in corporate America where loyalty goes as far as yesterday's quarterly report. Brought it on yourself.
So y'all know I'm always on here making like funny TikToks. When I be like on breakout work and stuff, I be making TikToks. So the TikToks that I made just got me fired. They just fired mine. So y'all be careful with posting TikToks, even if it's not your voice, even if you're not saying where you work at. You being in uniform and making certain TikToks with certain captions or anything can cause you to get fired from your job at a clinic. And yeah, everything happened for a reason though. So I'm upset because I love my job, but it's okay. But y'all be careful with them TikToks because
This one's a classic, fired for TikTok antics at work. I mean, come on. People are here stunned like deer in the headlights when their dance routines in uniform lead to a pink slip. I mean, reality check here, corporations love their bland, clean-cut image. They don't want nurse TikTok showcasing clinic life with funny fillers. I mean, sure, everything happens for a reason mantra is nice, but it's no severance check. Keep TikToks out of the workplace or keep a side hustle that they don't know about, and better yet, build an exit strategy. Because trust me, your job loyalty and $5 will get you a cup of coffee if you're lucky.
Okay, so I got evicted from my apartment complex just earlier this month. They knocked on my door on the 27th of March, saying that I had to pack my stuff up by April 1st or the 2nd. And I was like, okay, right? So I figured everything out, got everything out on the 1st. I was late to my job because of it, because I had to pack all my stuff. And I've been looking at this account for to pay rent and everything, and they're charging me for April's rent, they're charging me for water, and they're charging me other random for no apparent reason, and they expect me to pay this amount. They expect me to pay rent, water, all of this stuff, renter's insurance, non-compliance fees. If I'm not going to be there, I don't need renter's insurance. And they're charging me water and a lease termination fee. That doesn't make sense if you evicted me.
The eviction saga. Imagine getting kicked out and billed for next month's rent because landlords are that thoughtful. This poor soul's paying water and random fees for a place she's not even living in. That's sarcasm. This is a solid example of corporate landlords being corporate landlords, squeezing every last dime out of renters because, hey, ethics are optional in property management. And let's not forget the non-compliance fee. I mean, for what? Not complying with their greedy demands? The only thing more ridiculous than those fees is how we're supposed to just accept that this is the cost of living now. Ever wonder why more people are choosing to live out of their cars or move overseas? We don't know what she's done to warrant the eviction, but she seemed to have been expecting it. I don't know renters law well enough to comment on what they're doing. I know usually if you leave in the middle of a month on your own accord, giving a notice. The bill is prorated for the couple of days you're there for an eviction. I'm not sure. If somebody could comment on that, that would be cool.
I babysit for this really famous influencer couple, or at least I did, and last night I accidentally made the mom cry, and I kind of thought that would be that, but then she came online today and made like a 4-part series about the situation, making me look genuinely horrible. So this is my not an apology video, because honestly, when you hear the truth, you're gonna say I don't have anything to apologize for. Every time I've gone to their house, and I've been at least 10 times, they've said, help yourself to anything in the kitchen. So usually I don't eat that much because she's kind of like an almond mom and all she has is like organic fruit leather. But this time I saw this like phenomenal cake in the freezer and I was like, yes. So I defrosted it. I ate basically the whole thing and I didn't feel that bad about it because I was like, they don't even like this sort of thing. Like, at least it won't go to waste. Anyway, the mom comes home. You guys, the shriek she shrunk. Genuinely was out of pocket. But it turns out that was like the final tier of their wedding cake and they were planning to eat it on their first anniversary. I guess as like this family tradition / like content opportunity. And like, I feel bad that I ate it. But at the same time, this was a grown woman shedding tears over a cake. And then things got even crazier. This morning, I woke up to a $9,000 invoice for said cake, and she was like, oh, I'm cutting you a break. The actual cake was $17,000, but I didn't charge you for the whole thing since it was only one tier. Girl, you pay me $20 an hour. You're not getting $9,000 for a half-rotted cake. I'm sorry, it's just not realistic. And then the other thing that kind of pissed me off, she totally lied about how her husband reacted to the situation. In her video, she was like, he said, get out of our house. Like, you'll never set foot in this house again. That's not what happened. What actually happened is she went upstairs in like a fit of rage, and then he consoled me and he was like, you shouldn't drive home until you're calmer. And we played college football 25 until 4 a.m. and we actually bonded a lot. So maybe next time, don't lie on his name and definitely don't lie on mine.
Who the hell pays $17,000 for a cake? I mean, come on, even my wedding cake wasn't that expensive, Jesus. But the babysitter eats a $17,000 cake tier. Make that make sense. It's one thing to snack on a leftover cake slice, but defrosting a family heirloom dessert, I mean, that's a whole new level of oops. Instead of a private apology to mom aired her dirty laundry on TikTok because casual influencer drama, and what we want to do is be able to drum up views and clicks, right? The funny part, assuming this is true, the babysitter bonded with a dad over late night video games, who knows? Marriage goals, am I right? Influencer culture strikes again, where posting everything for clicks is more important than handling things like adults. But hey, who doesn't love watching a public meltdown over cake? I mean, I'd watch it and laugh and think how stupid it is. But here's another thing. If it seems like that it's out of the ordinary, like a cake in a freezer, I would be asking before I eat it. It's no different if I go to my mom's or my dad's house. They tell me do whatever, make yourself at home. If I'm not sure, I ask. It's not my house. If I'm visiting my dad and he has 2 beers left, I'm going to ask if I could have one. I don't know if he's saving it for something. And it's the same if I'm at my mom's house and she has some snacks. I know she likes a snack when she watches movies. I'm going to ask, hey, you going to eat this later or can I have it? It's that simple. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
My landlord has me up, okay? Oh my God. So I just got to pay my little rent today, okay? My $2,000 rent. Because I don't like to pay it on first. I like to make them wait a couple days. So I usually do like the 3rd or 4th, okay? So I go to pay my rent today and I notice there's a $530 charge extra. And it says it's a utility. And I'm like, what the are you talking about? Y'all got me messed up. I pay my utilities, like I pay my other utilities. So what are you talking about? Whatever. So I'm on the phone with people for like 2 hours trying to figure out why are y'all trying to steal my money? I already give you so much of it. Leave me the alone. So I finally get a hold of a couple people who I know damn well do not live in Indiana or know what the is going on, whatever. Somebody finally tells me like, oh, that's actually your sewage. That's your sewage bill. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, where the is it $530? Why is it, I've lived here for 2 years. Why is it suddenly popping up on my account? And they're like, oh yeah, well, they've been paying it monthly. And now they're giving the bill to you. So that's how much you should have been paying the last 2 years. Why the wouldn't you guys put it on my rent monthly then? Why on earth are you suddenly bundling up $22 a month for 2 years? I did the math. It would have been $22 a month. And then suddenly you just put it all on me and then go, here you go, pay $530. Like, what the And then they want me to pay it all right now? Nah, y'all took 2 years to give me the bill and want me to just pay. Oh, I am like shaking right now. They have me fucked up. Why on earth do they think that's a good idea? Why on earth? Instead of giving somebody $22 a month. I didn't even know about this bill, by the way. $22 a month. They go, oh no, we held it and put it off for 2 years and now here's the whole thing. What the I'm sorry. I'm pissed. I'm so pissed right now. I just don't understand how anyone thought this was like a good idea. I really feel like they fucked up. Like, I feel like they have forgot to put it on my bill this last 2 years, and they remembered and all of a sudden thought I was gonna like pay this. Like, no, you guys are getting your rent money, and now you guys are gonna get $22 a month for that. Like, y'all, that's crazy. That's crazy. They tried to play with me today. I need a cigarette.
Usually stuff like this is all factored into the rent. I've been out of the renter's game for a while, so I don't know. But anyways, landlord dumps a $530 sewage bill after 2 years, and it sounds about right. I mean, I've been in that situation a long time ago, and you got to pay it because you've used the services, so they do have a leg to stand on, and they're not going to waive it. But these places do think that it's totally normal to suddenly bill tenants for something they forgot to charge monthly. It's not the first time I've seen this happen. This is the kind of thing that makes people want to live off the grid in a van down by the river. You give them $2,000 a month, and then they hit you with more hidden fees than a used car dealership. And the best part, they want it now. It's funny how landlords have zero accountability, but tenants better pay up on command. Corporate landlords, everybody, nickel and diming us to keep us on the hamster wheel. I mean, you gotta love it. As for the lady, I get it. She's upset, but it's called being an adult. Shit happens, and you have to deal with it. Getting on TikTok to rant about it doesn't solve the issue. You gotta pay the bill. Unless she's trying to get someone to feel sorry for her and pay for it. I mean, that might be the case as well. Anyways, we're seeing a trend here. People getting thrown under the corporate bus for everything from TikTok videos to surprise fees. Whether it's OF in a semi-truck or the landlord suddenly handing you a bill 2 years overdue, the real corporate is society where people are just numbers on a spreadsheet. Companies fire loyal workers without a thought, landlords pile on fees, and influencers are more invested in online drama than real connections. We live in a world where corporate interests, social media addiction, and the push to always hustle are stripping away our stability. A solution? I mean, first understand that these entities don't care about your well-being. They care about the bottom line. Build side incomes that they can't touch. Second, keep personal and work lives separate. And third, learn to protect yourself, whether it's by saving up, finding more tenant-friendly places to live, or even look abroad for a more traditional and grounded lifestyle. Men are increasingly choosing to go their own way, opting out of the rat race and looking for genuine connections and better living conditions elsewhere. So tell me, have any of you ever faced a ridiculous penalty from a landlord or employer that felt completely unfair? I'm sure we all have at one point or another in our lives. I have. And do you think social media is destroying our work-life balance, or do you think it's making things more transparent? For me, I think it's kind of 50-50 on that one. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video here. If you like what you've seen today, hit that like button, share, subscribe, drop me a comment down below on what you think, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.